I joined FLIPANY when I was in 6th grade. When my mother and father would work late nights, I'd always depend on FLIPANY to provide food for me. When I got home, I wouldn't have to worry about eating. I wouldn't have to worry about being hungry because FLIPANY already provided that food service to me.
My name is Ethan. I always start off with saying good morning. Always good morning to have good manners so you can start off the day and get a good atmosphere around everybody. And I always greet everybody, like everybody in there, my friends, they know me, I know them. We're really close, like we share a bond. The FLIPANY and Cooking Matters person taught us about how we should be using 100% non-concentrated food and saturated food and how we should be learning to get those things so that it can betterment our body in the future.
What a great feeling for Ethan to be empowered with information to help others. It's just super important for kids to have opportunities to try things.
What people don't understand is that when you're hungry and you don't know where your other meal is coming from, emotionally, it impacts you because it makes you feel sad, it makes you feel upset or less adequate, right? Physiologically, your brain doesn't function the same way. The students that we serve here in North Lauderdale are on free or reduced lunch, which means that they are low-income families. A lot of them are immigrant families as well. So in this neighborhood, there's a strong sense of community, but there's also pride. They won't tell you that they don't have food to eat.
My parents mean the absolute world to me. Anything or everything I need, they'll try their very best to get it. And they did everything in their power, every little thing they could do. They did their best to help me.
Our partnerships are super important because they create a safe environment so kids can learn. But we understand the limited resources, so we're here to provide partnership and support from like-minded institutions that want to create great change.
17 years ago, this partnership began with Memorial Healthcare System and FLIPANY. At the time, FLIPANY raised $106,000, and we're proud to be part of that seed money and that first client that they had. Fast forward to today, they have a $5 million budget. So we have all grown together and made this community better together. Through the various programs that FLIPANY now has, they provide food to about 60,000 youth a year, and we're proud to be part of that partnership.
Why FLIPANY? My reasoning for why FLIPANY has a lot to do with my own personal life, things that I overcame and challenges that I had, setting goals, accomplishing goals. For me, it was really through health and wellness. And it showed me that if I work hard and I try it, I can do it. And then I decided that I wanted everybody in the world to learn that. I can't say enough about the fantastic FLIPANY group that we have, caring individuals that are willing to work hard to solve a problem.
We have multiple programs from FLIPANY with Cooking Matters, Plan B Team where they learn financial literacy, social skills and interacting skills. We go over socio-economical learning. We also have civic engagement. We go to the pool, we take educational field trips, we take recreational field trips.
I like playing football, I like going outside, just enjoying life while I still can. Like I play tag with my friends, soccer, we do a lot of fun activities. I meet new people every year, and now I know everybody at the camp.
Right there, he gets the freedom to be a kid. He gets the freedom to be curious. He gets the freedom to try.
I started getting involved because of the programs and because I started to learn different things that I haven't learned before. And Cooking Matters and FLIPANY, they actually helped me to get more involved into string beaning and eating more of my fruits, vegetables. Instead of keeping that information, I always go on my laptop or my desktop and I research more things about that. When FLIPANY came, I researched more about FLIPANY, and then when I did my more research and I learned about yogurt parfaits and how could they be really nutritious to you, then I started getting into making smoothies with blueberries, and smoothies are really, really delicious. And the yogurt parfaits were good.
FLIPANY's Cooking Matters class, the kids love it. It gives them a different alternative on healthy food options. One of the food options that I observed them make was the grilled cheese. Everybody loves grilled cheese, but the #1 question is, how can we make their favorite meal healthy?
They had like cooking classes, so there would be this lady and she would bring all the vegetables and like portable stoves and things like that. And sometimes I would drag him. And then we moved on to Health Hub, and that's where the students would come and they would talk about what healthy things they would like to be incorporated into school. And that's where we got the water challenge, which is students were challenged to drink water every day. And then we also had food drives. And I was there as a volunteer and I helped out and I learned a lot about how things work, nutrition.
And favorite part was the gardening. We, on the weekends, plant a bunch of herbs, flowers, herbs, a bunch of stuff there.
It makes me feel good that we have a part in making sure that these families have food to eat at the end of the day. I hope that we decrease the numbers of people that are going hungry every day in our community.
I'm just here for the fun and the nutrition. Me, what I really like is the sandwiches and the apple juices.
FLIPANY has shown us that they really care for the business that they're in by providing the snacks and the healthy meals for all these children. We believe that having a company that cares about the children is a company that we would like to be, work with.
They loved it. It was just a good thing for them to do. They got to actually be hands-on, get in the kitchen and do what they see their parents doing. So it allowed them to give some type of freedom and just give them their own sense of identity in the kitchen. This community, pretty much everybody knows everybody. A lot of the kids come from this area or not too far from here, and they also go to school over here, so they're familiar with the different cultures. So we're in a Caribbean background, so a lot of my kids, they come from like Caribbean culture, Haitian, Spanish or Jamaican or Bahamian or whatever the case may be. But it's all one big melting pot, and that's just what Miami is, right? And that's kind of like what nutrition is. You need your greens, you need your oats, might need your dairy, your fruits. So it's all these different things that come together as one to create something beautiful. So that's just pretty much what the community is, and that's what the kind of kids that we have here. It's different cultures, they come from different backgrounds, but it's all one at the end of the day.
I can tell you, right? I can tell you that school lunch might be the only nutritious meal kids get here. So I feel like we're still able to give people some food, like that they might not now be receiving because they don't know how to get it. And even when you do, we've done nights, we've done programs like come in, we'll help you fill out the forms. But people still, they're busy, people are working or they've got loved ones to take care of. You gotta figure out what we can do to make it as easy as possible to give people what they need. This is really emotional for me because I see it all through, it's not just here, like it's all through the county. And this is my home, right? This is where my children went to school. I have vested here, right? My son just graduated from high school, I'm still here. I'm vested here. And I think FLIPANY especially has been a great partner.
During the pandemic, FLIPANY, we decided, we had to show up. We had to figure out how to get food to everybody who was home. It was locked out, people couldn't come out. So we talked to, FLIPANY was able to make connections and using like grants, whatever it was available, we were able to get fresh produce. They put up information, sent out emails, and people came out for the produce. Every time we had a truck come up, people would line up sometimes before the truck came. I think it's important to just take a minute and see what other people need and how you can help them and how easy it is.
Our partnership with FLIPANY had an impact during the COVID-19 pandemic. Together, we responded to communities that were underserved. 30,000 additional meals were served during the pandemic to communities that had difficulties because they may not have had transportation to grocery stores or even food pantries when they were in need.
Reasons that I think people should have FLIPANY in their lives because it's in the betterment for your body. You might think that when you're eating this, it's better for your body, but if you do FLIPANY, he could teach you more things that you have never learned, never even heard of. I never knew what a yogurt parfait was. When he told it to me and told me the nutrients that I could get it from, then I was really starting to get into making things like smoothies. I got this app that it helps me track my calories and my macros. And so cause when I grow up, I wanna be built. I wanna have a good body and everything.
I can relate to Ethan. I mean, I don't know what I would do without FLIPANY, because Ethan and I are kind of in the same boat, right? He doesn't know how he may be able to succeed without being connected to FLIPANY, and I don't know how I would have been able to succeed without being connected to FLIPANY.
When we think about community health, we think of it from the perspective that if we could just keep our community healthy, the world would be so much better. So we're here to provide services where needed for specialty care and therapy and imaging services, but it is important to get out in the community and make sure that we're providing prevention programs and we're talking to our community about staying healthy. And we do that with our organization, but also through our organizational partnerships in the community. Every time we move into a new area or we want to help residents in that area, we always seek out other organizations that we can partner with, because we understand that not only is community health important, but other needs of families are important as well. And we know other organizations in the community like FLIPANY do a great job of helping those families.
I'm super proud of FLIPANY and everything we've been able to accomplish. And I think we have some really exciting goals. I love our culturally rich community, and in living here the last 30 years, the one thing that I see all the time, that I know in my heart, is people gather around food. And we create an environment at FLIPANY and train our educators and our staff we want that environment to be that you are with your favorite people, sharing a meal, and all of the other benefits that come from the social aspect of it. And that works for everybody, for kids, for teens, for adults, for seniors, I mean, for wealthy, middle class, and poor. I mean, there's no difference. We all still gather around food.